Hey everyone, Shuffle Online is coming to you live from Melbourne City. Not actually live, you guys have probably figured out by now this talk isn't actually live. And it's also night time and you're watching this in the day. However, today we are in the city for a reason. I'm not just here breaking social distancing rules. I'm here for a reason. So I've been coming to the city on Friday nights for the last few weeks, helping out an organisation called ADRA, Adventist Development and Relief Agency. And we've been out here distributing meals to people who need them. And some of these people, some people are homeless, living in their cars, or I actually don't know a lot of their situations. But at the end of the day, we're distributing food to people who need them. And it's been a great experience. I started coming in the first week of the school holidays, on the first Friday night of the school holidays. And this is when all the laws had just come into place. And we had to wear masks and gloves and stuff. We have to wear masks and gloves tonight too, so making sure we're following all the rules. And I just being out here has been really cool for a few reasons. I really enjoy talking to people, hearing their stories, and also it gives me an opportunity to serve people. And service brings joy. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today, the joy of service. The joy of service. Service is something that I believe is worth doing, and it's something that we really try to, we want you guys to discover here at Gilson College. There are a few camps at Gilson. There's a number of camps actually at Gilson which do revolve around service, particularly in Year 9, Year 12, Year 10. There's 2 Year 10 camps around service. And yeah, service is a big deal because it's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to do to do good things for other people. Now I get it. It's hard to do sometimes. It's a bit of a mission, and it requires like a step. It requires a leap. And to be honest, the first time I came out here, I came out because I just wanted to get out of the house. I was a bit bored at home, and it was a good opportunity to come into the city. And then when I came in, I was reminded of the joy of service, the value of service, and why I valued it in the first place. So it's an uncomfortable thing, right? It's uncomfortable to take that step and to serve people, and I feel that. It's not necessarily easy. I don't necessarily find it easy. But when you take that step forward, there is joy. There is a sense of fulfillment, a sense of purpose. And those are things that I've experienced here at Gilson on those camps in Warrnambool. Like I've seen that first. I've got a few volunteers here today. Kenny, would you come on camera, please?
G'day.
Don't get too close. 1.5 minutes. Hey everyone, this is Kenny.
Hey guys.
Kenny was a captain at Gilson College 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know. It feels like a while actually, but yeah, I was captain.
Turn your hat back.
Oh, you can't see?
You're cool guy.
G'day guys. You see. Sorry, I got my mask on, but for safety purposes.
Yeah. So Kenny's been out here tonight. Tonight was your first time ever doing something good for someone.
Yep, it was definitely my first time ever doing something good for someone.
It was actually your first time in the city helping people.
Yeah.
So what was your experience tonight like for you?
Look, you know what? Even being my first time coming out, thanks for inviting me, by the way. Even coming out for the first time, I think it gave me a sense of appreciation for, I guess, our own situations. Seeing the troubles and hearing about some other people's stories, it gave me kind of like, an insight into how other people that you don't usually think of actually can have it worse off than you, and I don't think a lot of the time we think of that. It's more our own situations and and what we have and all of our problems, and sometimes it can get clouded in our minds, but coming out tonight really, helped me see and appreciate my own position in life.
That's good. I'm glad you came. It was great. It was great that you were out here tonight. Now, also, I just want you to reflect back on your time at Gilson College. What did you learn about service during your time at Gilson College?
Service, yeah. I think I can call myself fortunate to have had the opportunity to put my service up for others, right? Especially the first time I actually did anything service related was in Year 9 through the Learning for Life program, and I think before that most of us didn't really know much about service, and when thinking about it, it's kind of thinking as if we're doing a chore, right? Something out of your way, right? But I think throughout the course and throughout the program, it's actually taught me, that seeing other people, happy can also give you joy. Like you said before, seeing other people happy gives you joy in life as well. And I think the more service you do for others, the more you appreciate that and you see that.
Yes, sweet. That's a solid answer, Kenny. Thank you for that.
That's fine.
Yeah, sick.
Chicken wing, huh? All right,
Chicken
easy.
wing.
Catch you later.
See you next time. I'm going to bring up volunteer number 2, Mr. Tom Doe. Come on down. Welcome.
Hello everyone, how is everyone going?
I don't know if you noticed, but Tom has he's been heaps involved in the recording of these chapels. He recorded us the first one, putting a lot of work, put a lot of hours.
Yep.
All because he has a great heart.
Yeah, great heart, that's what it is.
So Tom, you've been out here for the last few weeks. What have you learned out here?
Yeah, so for the past couple of weeks, I've actually been coming to help out at Adjoa. So for the past maybe, I would like to say 5 or so weeks now, I've been coming out here with Brado, and Brado and I have been helping. To be honest, this is exactly what Gilson tries to set you up for. So every single program that you've done in Year 9, from the start from Year 7 all the way to Year 12, it's always been about others. And I think easing into this for me wasn't really that hard because it's what I've been doing pretty much basically all my life. So honestly, I'm big commendation to Gilson for setting this up, honestly, because most of the time, a lot of students, they wouldn't be able to find the ability to serve like this without receiving something in return. And this is my first time applying what Gilson has taught me throughout my high school years and actually putting it into work. So yeah, so honestly, serving, normally, you have work, all right? You have work and you get money, you get paid for your work, but you have to do service, and this is what Gilson has taught me. There are things that are worth your time and money, and there are also other things that are worth your time, and you may not necessarily get paid for it, but the reward is still the same, monetary or it doesn't matter, So reward is reward, and yeah, so I've been having a great time out here. So
yeah, man, that was good.
Yeah,
that was very good. It's a valuable thing, service.
Yeah.
How about you during your time at Gilson? You kind of already answered it, but what have you learned about service during your time? What did you think about it before, when you were a young boy?
Well, growing up, I've always been about, prior to doing the Year 9 program, doing a lot of service, it's always been about kind of just doing it and then receiving something in return, So whether it's studying, getting good grades, or, working, getting money, being the biggest example here, you've always expected something in return. But in this case, what Gilson has taught me throughout my years is that you don't necessarily work for money, but you work for other reasons as well. And I think that's my biggest take, going through the Year 9 program a total of probably 3 times now, and hopefully maybe even a 4th. I've seen students develop that as well. So they go into the program expecting things, they do a hike and they expect a reward. But then once you get to the end of the program, their reward is finishing the hike. It's not so much more like getting candy or pizza for finishing the hike, but it's more like finishing the hike. That is the reward, and Gilson teaches you that. And I think that's such a great, just a great message that isn't preached enough. So, yeah.
Legend. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. No worries.
Guys, I don't know if you noticed, but you get some like great opportunities here at school at Gilson, and maybe, just maybe, one day you too could be a Kenny Cartran or a Tom Doe. What a treat. I just want to share one quick thought that I had over my experience, and that's that I realised that the people that we were distributing food to were just the same as me, just like me. Like there were people out there who were in the same sort of age as me, and life just hasn't gone their way. And it's not because they've done like bad things or whatever. It's just happened. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you get dealt a bad hand, and bad stuff happens. So I don't know. I just coming out here on each week has just reminded me that these people are people. They're just people. It made me think of the story in the Bible in John chapter 9. It's a story of Jesus healing a blind man. And it says, as he went along, he saw a blind man from birth. Am I standing in the right spot? He saw a blind man from birth. His disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? And he goes, neither this man nor his parents sinned, said Jesus, but this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him. As long as his day, we must do the works of him who sent me. So these people had the assumption, right, that this guy was blind because him or his parents had done something wrong, had sinned, done a bad thing. So he was being punished for what he'd done. And I think that can be our perception as well of people who have it rough, or like sleeping on the streets, or hungry or whatever. Think, they must have done something wrong. They must have like ruined all their relationships in their family, or they must have been addicted to drugs or whatever. And some of those things happen, but it doesn't mean that they're necessarily bad, evil people through and through. Does that make sense? These the people are people, and that's something that this has reminded me of tonight. So that was Jesus' response. Neither this man nor his parents sinned. And then he goes on to say, as long as it is day, we must do the works of him who sent me. We must keep doing these works. So, guys, it's really important, and this is what I want you to take away from today. Service is important. It makes you feel good, yes, but it's necessary. If there was no one out here distributing food, people would die. That's what happened. If they didn't get food, then people would die. So it's a super important thing. So find your opportunities for service.